Good afternoon, everyone. It is November 15, 4:33 p.m., and it's the afternoon. And I made a video yesterday, and a lot of stuff happened again. Um, a lot of stuff happened and last night, and I feel compelled to do another video. Sorry if I look a little sleepy. I didn't have much sleep because we came home so late. And then once I woke up this morning, I had to leave really fairly quickly, and I was gone all day with a good friend. So I actually had my morning meditation this morning. I was just filled with so many things I wanna share with you. Wanna some realizations. Um, so while I was doing my meditation this morning, there was an idea of talking about the power of prayer and meditation. And I wanted to touch on this a bit because I think all of us, one time or another, at least when you're super desperate and you're in your hopeless times, we would turn, if you're Catholic, you would turn to God or Jesus, and or you would make some higher, you would make a desperate plea or prayer to some, to whatever higher source that you believe in for help. And it got me thinking, why do we do that? why do we why do we do that when we are always in a state like we don't do, like, maybe we only do it when we're desperate, you start asking anything to help you out. And if you've ever prayed before and it got answered, you pretty much believe it's a goddamn miracle. The funny thing is, on the spiritual journey that I've been in, we don't know that miracles happen all the time. We just don't recognize it when we see it. The very fact that you slept and you woke up this morning is a miracle. You slept, you woke up, and all your parents and your relatives and your siblings are alive. That's a miracle. You can move around, talk, breathe well, actually walk. That's a miracle. And we're given those freely every day, a lot of us. Because when you start meeting people who loses that blessing, the luxury of movement, the luxury of time, the luxury of, or just being in a very bad situation or a traumatic event happen, how quickly and how quickly your whole life feels so desolate that you just crave anything to make you feel better or anything that could help you. So let's touch up on this. Let's expand some more. Prayer and meditation. So if you grew up Catholic, they teach you as a kid to pray before you go to bed, and pray before you eat your food, and even pray in the morning. That's a lot of prayer. You might think, maybe you're a kid, you would think that's a lot. And then later on, when you get older and no one's watching and you're an adult now, you start just praying when you need to, or when you want something, or like I said, when bad stuff happens, you need help, you need the strength to go on, and you start praying. My personal belief about prayer is You should do it as much as possible. And why is that? I believe there's energy and power in the words we say. And when you say it to yourself out loud or inside your mind, the very fact that there's a certain intent to prayer, I really believe that whatever divinity or higher source that's listening to you gets it. Um, if you don't think words don't have power, try getting your heart broken. Try being bullied. Try remembering the last words of someone that passed away. Words have power. Prayers are words. So I think, really believe prayer. And this also goes along with affirmations and the things we say in our head and our thoughts. It has an effect on you that affects your um, whole life. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin on that for prayer. Let's move to meditation. Now, prayer is something we most of us grew up with. Meditation, not so much. I know I've come from the era where when people think of meditation, they're thinking like monks and gurus sitting in cross-legged, floating and whatever. Uh, I'm doing the normal kind of. I don't know if it's really normal, but it's just like the typical one where you just sit down and take some time for yourself, 10 15 minutes, and you just kind of quiet yourself. And I do it. I mentioned I do this every morning when I wake up, most of the time. But when I do meditation, it's my practice to really kind of hone in and communicate with myself, the divinity and the all the spirit guides and everyone higher source of me will commune and talk. And I ask them, that's the time I also ask a lot of help. Help in this, strength in this, guidance. Also, please weave my life with the best circumstances, luckiest circumstances to help me achieve what I need to achieve. So, meditation is a inflicted, self imposed practice, much like prayer, but I think prayer is a little easier for us because, you're taught it a lot when you're younger. But meditation is something a little that needs a bit more commitment because you're going to have to put your mind in the right frame of mind. It's similar to prayer in a sense that you have to still think of the words, but with meditation, I feel like there's more of a dialogue with you and the higher power. It's like prayer is something you do for yourself to yourself, and the higher power will just like listen to your thoughts. But meditation is like meeting them in your mind's eye, in your imagination. Literally, I like to even visualize all them being physical people in like a real world and being around me, doing and giving me those powers. That's what works for me. Now, there's lots of different forms of meditation. The one I just mentioned is it's just something simple you can do to yourself, but you might already have a meditative process and you won't know it. It's any practice, it's any practice you do that kind of zones out your mind. Let me explain. Meditation is a practice you do that allows your mind to kind of just, I guess, chill, relax, and see what kind of comes to you, and just kind of go with the emotions to whatever you decide. I like to intently imagine talking to my higher self. But there are people, when, like I said, you could be already doing a meditative process that's helping you center yourself, feel your inner power. You could be doing it through walking, that's one, running, biking, uh, even doing work can be a meditative process. Now, I don't want to go through all the list of things that can be meditative, but as long as it's a practice that calms your mind, that gives you just a pause or a breathing space, if you will, to let your mind just sit, you know. Yes, you'll do, if you're running and walking, you'll do the act, but you're just kind of going with the act, not really thinking. You don't really think when you walk, you just pick a point and away you go. Please develop or be aware of your meditative process. Why? Why should you be aware? Because once you start being aware how good it feels or how it has helped you in your life, you might not even know that that 20-minute or 30-minute walk to your job and back is probably the only time you get to yourself to just kind of like be in the moment. Just listen to your favorite music and just walk and just exist, not be a worker or be a husband or be anything. You just exist. And that's such a healthy a gift, healthy gift to give to yourself, a blessing. So yeah, take account of the things you do in your life. See if it's a meditative process. Give some awareness to it. Recognize that whether you plan to or not, you might be already trying to balance your mental health and spiritual value. And let's see, talked about the power of prayer, talked about the power of meditation. Got a little paper here. I got a message from my guides, and they're kind of like a message. When I read message, like a literal message, like it's supposed to be for me, but I think it's also supposed to be shared too. And my message, which I'm sharing with you, which is now your message, you can repeat it if you really like it. Write it down, put it somewhere where you can read it every once in a while, because I think it's very beneficial. The message is, the more I heal myself, the more I can heal others. So, if you've been following my other videos, I've decided to become a healer of all things. And um, there is a lingering feeling of imposter syndrome when I say that, but I'm going forward anyways because I know I'm given too many signs that I'm supposed to be doing this, that I should like not ignore it anymore. So yes, I will repeat this message again, and I hope this message goes to those who needs to hear it, and you can interpret it as you will. The more I heal myself, the more I heal others. Just internalize that a bit. Okay, after that, what else do I want to share? Ah, so yesterday, a good friend of mine, classmate, passed away very suddenly. And we went to his wake last night. And I got to meet a lot of my old classmates, and we had a good time. It was nice. Prior to the wake, uh, my husband and I had a very petty fight, and some insecurities arised up that I thought was taken care of. It was so small, the argument. It should not even, like, I didn't even know how it got triggered, but it triggered. There were certain words were exchanged, and I got really hurt about it. It's so ironic because I'm trying to be a healer. And then it goes hand in hand with the message I got this morning. So it just it just shows that you can still help people even if you're flawed. And sometimes this is an experience that I know now that these are issues of myself that I probably put so far back in my memory for whatever reason that when it came up, it just felt so strong. Side note, which I didn't know at the time when I got emotional, it was full moon. So that's also could be the reason why my senses or my sensitivity is more heightened. So that could have also what helped triggered some old traumas and memories of mine that I thought was, I got moved past it, but apparently my body was not. So I had to work through those insecurities, and we talked it out and everything is fine now. But it just tells me that I always believe that the partner you choose, whoever you decided to be with, the best ideal one is the one. A good one is you'll know he's like a mirror to you. You know, he shows you things. Even though ours came out as a fight, he shows it got pointed out things that I didn't think about, that I knew that I didn't know that still hurt me. Old, super old insecurities of mine that I thought it was gone. I mean, I haven't had an issue with it for like 10 years. But bringing it back, it just kind of was like, it's like all the emotions came back at once and affected me, like as if I was just there yesterday. So I'm grateful that I had that experience because it tells me that now I have this opportunity to clear it, whatever it is, whatever that came up yesterday. I have this opportunity now, which is appropriate to my purpose as a healer, that now I can clear it. Now I know what it is. And this could also be the blockages of why some of the things I don't get to manifest in my life is because of those blockages or those issues that I did not deal with. That is blocking all the good to come to me. So that happened. And I wanted to bring that up because I'm sure that there are things in your life that maybe you also put hidden in the back of your mind. And it's hard to confront sometimes, especially if the trauma is relating to a different person, or, excuse me, my shoe, is not around, or that person is incorrigible. Is that the correct word? The person is not cooperative, not possible, or even not existing anymore. So you can't really find resolved in that. So what do you do with issues that have been, or traumas that you've kind of hid for so long in your back order of your mind? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think I'm going to do. You can figure out your way, but this is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to forgive myself and whoever else was involved because I can't remember. Too many traumas, too many issues, too many instances. It would be taking too long to just try to think about it, and I don't want to rethink everything. I just want to get rid of it out of my system because it's old. I don't need it anymore. I need to remove it from my system. So first, I'm going to recognize that my responsibility, take 100% responsibility for my part of the situation of the trauma, and I'm going to forgive everyone even the circumstances, I'm going to forgive them too, whoever they are. I'm just going to do it like a one whole swipe, like that's everyone, just include everyone, universe. Every person, entity involved, forgive. Because once you forgive, it's basically saying, let bygones be bygones. You've accepted the fact of all that it is, painful, sad, angry, all the emotions that came, you accepted it. Now that you accepted it and you've forgiven everything and everyone, you can now shift your mind to just seeing how wonderful things have turned out after. How, what wonderful things happened after. It's like it's like an old wound, like there's infection and stuff, and then you just clean it out. It's painful and all that stuff, and now it's bleeding, but at least there's no more infection. And now we can all focus on the healing. It's like it needs to get worse before it can get better, type of deal. That's what I'm gonna do. And the game plan is, the more I focus on the great things that happened, the great things that happened to me, and the wonderful things that happened to me, my energy is just gonna increase after that. I'm trying to turn on my fan. It's because the mosquitoes are getting me. No, you don't wanna help me? And as my energy grows and my focuses on what really mattered and what I really got from all of that, then I won. You know, I think I feel like I won I finally got through that lesson. And maybe it doesn't fully go away, but the next time, I'm pretty sure when I get triggered for whatever reason, because the universe is funny like that. They're going to trigger you again just to be sure if you really learned or not. I know that if I really made time to really focus, forgive and focus and do better in handling the remembering of it. Because every experience you face, whether you like it or not, it's a part of you. It becomes a part of you. It's what helped molded you into a hopefully better person. And if it's not, it's there to mold you towards to be a better person. It's your sign to be a better person also. Oh my gosh, we're 23 minutes in. What else do I gotta say? Because I gotta go in, man. Let's see. Full moon, insecurities, confirmations. Okay, I'd like to end this video with confirming that I can see it now. I could see how my my awareness and my intuition is getting more and more sharpened. And I'm starting to see now that even if I get triggered and I get emotional, or even if I cry, that I'm never going to spiral so bad that I can't be able to ask help, because I know now that I can trust the universe and it's been good to me. And I hope that you will also see how good it's been to you. So, yeah, universe, God, whoever you believe in. The mosquitoes. I hope you could just see all the blessings it's given you. All right, I'm going. This is Ilos, and over and out. Bye.